truckdriver101.com. So, guys, guy asked me, is it smart to buy a lease purchase vehicle? No, I wouldn't do that. Here's why. Lease purchase vehicles, you sign a contract for a vehicle that most likely didn't work out for the last guy, and you're going to pick up his problems. Short story, easy, straight up right there, okay? Now, if you choose to do this, do a short-term contract and then see how things go from there. I would also, if you insist on doing this, you need to go through a crash course on everything you know about it, everything you can learn about a truck. So if I were you, I would find a mechanic and I would sit down with a mechanic. I may buy him dinner or whatever, and we sit down and we talk about every single little thing that you don't know about trucking. I mean, ask him any question you can. Find out the common costs of repairs and things like that. You need to know as much as possible. Now, you can do that even if you're planning to become an owner-operator, 5 or 6 years down the road. You can still start doing that now. You need to know as much as possible. Every mechanic that's going to repair something on your truck will cost $100 an hour. Okay? That's a lot of money. So you need to know what's going on so you know when you're being ripped off. 2, well, the other thing I'm going to cover here is if you choose to buy a truck outright, the best way to do that is buy one from the company you're at. Try to buy the truck you're already in. If you can't buy that truck, then turn around and get all the names of the million-mile drivers. You'll see them on a wall, or you'll see their names in in monthly rewards. Get those names. Get those trucks. Try to buy one of those trucks when you save your money up. Or go out and get you a beater truck. That's a great way to start out. And yeah, you may have a lot more repairs, but you'll make more money because you won't have a truck note. It takes a short amount of time to pay a $40,000 truck off or a $20,000 truck. And I mean, you gotta sit down and think about this. Start talking to owner operators right now. Start getting a lot of information. Right? It should take you a good 6 months of just gathering information to make a good decision on buying a truck outright. That way you get all the information you need. I mean, you got to understand specs, tire sizes, what are you going to do if your company, flakes on you and shuts down and you have to now get plates to go across the country somewhere else to go to a new job. I mean, you got to be prepared for all that, because when you say owner operator, that means you work for you, okay? There's no money if you don't run, and you will be paying your own taxes, and that can be pretty bad. You should go to a CPA and get some counseling on that. Get ahead of this. Don't just make an overnight decision. Now, the lease purchase programs can work, but they only work for a very small amount of people. Like I said before, it's basically like buying a house with no money down. If you can't save $20,000 to buy a house, then most likely you won't have money for the repairs to the house. Same thing with a truck. If you can't save, $8,000-9,000 to buy a truck outright, you most likely won't have the money when the transmission goes out. Yeah, I know the companies promise that they're going to repair all that in their lease purchase, but what if they don't? Remember, they've got all the power here. You're Joe Blow, and they're a multi-million-dollar corporation that can say no. Who's going to win? Now, I'm a bit tired, guys, but hopefully that's good enough for you to understand. I wouldn't recommend doing that, man. Like I say, find you some good trucks at your company that you're working at, and or try to buy the one you're driving, or buy one that a million-mile driver is driving, and hey, that's your best bet if you want to do that. Me personally, I'd probably go with an old truck, because I know old trucks are great and they're cheap, and I get me one without EGR. What that means is exhaust gas recirculation. What exhaust gas recirculation is that they started to cut down pollution by redistributing the exhaust back into the engine. It's a horrible way to do it. But bottom line is, it's bad. The engines are experimental, basically, and they're not really worth buying. You need to research fuel mileage. Tires can cost $3,000, man. You got a long way to go before I'd even think about, buying a truck. I mean, I'd say do as much research as you can. Sit down with I told you about it. Sit down with a mechanic and get as much info as you can, man. But anyway, hopefully that helps you. TruckDriver101.com. That advice is for anybody out there considering a lease purchase program. And I'm out. Oh, there's a link down below for a guy who went through this, and you should take his experience and use it in your little wisdom, little shot in the arm of wisdom, down below in the link. So, all right, guys, I'm sorry I'm sleepy, so I'm going to bed. Bye.